That pesky photographer keeps trying to catch Kiss off guard. Ace and Peter are intercepted.
Hey, Kiss, look this way! Nuts!
Then he tracks down Paul at a restaurant.
Oh, shucks! Hey, Gene, over here! Darn!
But Kiss has the last laugh. Kiss Unmasked, the all-new album on Casablanca Records and Tricks. Kiss Unmasked. Available at Budget Tapes and Records.
Hey guys, welcome back into the record room. I am, of course, your host, Tony Joles, TG, and on today's episode, I want to talk about a record or a package that I may have purchased while being slightly inebriated one day and then completely forgot about it, and then it turned up the other day and I was pleasantly surprised. Now, as you can see behind me, I have some of my records. You might be able to pick out certain titles here and there, but what you cannot see here is my wealth of albums by the band Kiss. I am a diehard Kiss fan, fully paid up member of the Kiss Army. Kiss were one of the first rock bands that I ever discovered when I was a youngster. A friend of my uncle's had given me a VHS of the Crazy Nights video. And I love that. I love the album. I love the song, for many, many different reasons. But over the years, I kept track of Kiss. I wasn't a diehard fan then because I was a kid. But when Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey came out and the band recorded the song God Gave Rock and Roll to You Too, I remember seeing the video and seeing Kiss as they were at the time, but interspersed with all these old live clips of them on stage with the makeup and the bombast. And I remember thinking, who are these guys? I have to look more into this. And as I started to discover more and more about Kiss, the further I went back in, it cemented my fandom and love for them. And I've probably been a Kiss fan as a rock band, as a proto-metal band. Kiss are probably the one band that I've held on to the love and devotion for the longest. And now Kiss have obviously been going around for quite a while now. They've had their End of the Road tour. They have decided to cease activities as Kiss the band as we all know and love. Now, whether this means they'll come back without the makeup on, I don't know. But for the last few years, Kiss have been celebrating the anniversaries in their catalogue. And we recently just hit the 45th anniversary of the album Unmasked. Now, this album is probably not heralded, as one of Kiss's best. However, I absolutely adore this album. I love all the songs on this album. I love everything from the artwork, the packaging, the poster, everything about Unmasked, I adore. Now, is this my favorite Kiss album? Probably not, but all Kiss albums have a place in my heart. And apparently, whilst I was slightly tipsy one day, seeing the email from Kiss Online about the 45th anniversary, I decided to jump all over that because a package turned up with this 45th anniversary package, which includes this pretty cool Kiss shirt, which I will bust open for you, and also this limited edition pressing Kiss 45th anniversary embossed jacket with neon yellow and red swirl and green splatter coloured vinyl, with a brand new poster limited to 2,500 units worldwide. Now, after actually going online and seeing what I'd done, this color of vinyl is only available in the bundle that I bought. So I gotta say, Inebriated Me is pretty cool at times, but I am going to bust open an OG copy of the Kiss Unmasked album and compare them to the new one, because I have a full Kiss back catalogue, most of them with the inclusions that I've collected over the years. This one is complete and is in good condition. I must say, I don't think its original owner probably cherished it as much as I did, but this came out in 1980, was it? Yeah, 1980 if it's 45. It wasn't loved at the time. Kiss were definitely on a different trajectory in the early 80s, but there's some killer songs on this album, She Say European Shandy, Talk to Me, Two Sides of the Coin. Is That You, the opening track? I think it's brilliant. It's a new wave cover song, essentially, but I think it's great. So the album itself, actually came with some custom labels, and I do believe Kiss were probably one of the first, if not the first band to do this kind of thing. Custom labels on the center there, which I think is very, very cool. I really, really like that. And it being Kiss, you know, you did get a lot of inclusions. I do have the original inner sleeve there. Obviously, that's been replaced. I love this. The original Kiss merch pamphlet leaflet, the Kiss Essential Gear. And there's some really, really cool stuff on here. I would love this. There's a Kiss jacket on here that I would just absolutely love to own that. But pretty cool to have this and everything as well. How much was that Kiss jacket? Kiss jacket, $13. $13 for a Kiss jacket. And of course, you did get an album cover poster. And this thing's huge. I doubt you'll be able to see it, but essentially it's one of the panels of the album cover, but gigantic. And I have debated about framing this many times. It's either this or the Dynasty poster, or the poster that comes in Dynasty. I am still on the fence about which one to actually put up. I will do it one day, I really will. But the album itself, I think it sounds good. You know, I have no complaints with that package at all. But the new version does come with this pretty cool t-shirt here. Now, I do have many Kiss shirts, but we are going to bust this one open and take a look. I mean, that's cool. That is very cool. The 4 pictures there of the band. And then on the back, essentially, what is the back of the album? Kiss Unmasked. And the crowd goes wild once more. And it is actually printed inside as well. Kiss. I am going to proudly rock this, as I do all my Kiss t-shirts, because what other people think or say, it's not my, I don't care. So there we go, we've got that, but we've got this. Now I have busted this open and taken a quick look inside this, because this is pretty cool. Now it does mention on the front here that it is embossed, and all of the cartoon like words that pop out, they're all embossed, and on the back, the Kiss Unmasked is embossed as well, as is the track list. And it's gorgeous. It's done so well. This was printed in the Czech Republic, or pressed in the Czech Republic, so at GZ. So I'm sure it's going to sound pretty good. Now inside, I don't know if they're all different, but this one, as you can see from the sticker, it has kind of like a green theme. And then the flood inside is also like this lime green. There you go. Hopefully you can see that flooding inside there, but it's really nice, and it's a really thick, hard cover. It's not flimsy like the original. This is very nice. And we'll take a look at the record first. It does come in a polyline sleeve, which I am all for. Again, it's got the colored, it's got the custom labels, but look, I mean, look at this disc, is absolutely insane. How cool is that? That is so awesome, and a Kiss record to boot. So cool. And I did just check, this bundle, this package is still available. So if you want to grab a copy of Kiss Unmasked, it'll run you about $72 online, and then plus whatever the shipping is to wherever you are. But I mean, do listen first, because Unmasked, if you're not familiar with the album, might not be for you. But as a pop rock album, or a rock pop album, I love it. Now what it does say on the outer is that there is a new poster inside, so not the album artwork. And I've just flipped it open, and it is beautiful already. I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but this is really glossy. The original poster was just, you know, a poster print of the original album cover, but now you have this really cool, really cool band poster, and this one actually has Eric Carr on the drums, not Peter Criss. Now there are many podcasts, people on YouTube that can explain the stories of who played on what, and explain probably why Peter was on the cover but not actually on the album. As you can see, Peter is right there. I am blown away. I am so blown away. There are a few different versions of this that came out for the 45th anniversary. There was a picture disc as well, which I'm kind of bummed I didn't actually grab that one because it was already sold out by the time I saw the email. But I am so stoked to have that. It's one of those purchases that I am in no way regretting grabbing because I truly do love that record, and I love that color. I love the t-shirt. I love all of it. So as far as I'm concerned, 2 thumbs up from me. But that's it for this episode of The Record Room. Thank you for joining me. Do give us a like on the way out if you wouldn't mind. And if you haven't already done so, please do consider subscribing. But until next time, stay gold and spin those blackest circles.